Hi, welcome back to my channel. Rocky and I are here to start the next December reading vlog. I just closed out my last vlog, so if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. But in that vlog, I read 3 books, and my biggest critique was that none of them touched me in my soul, and none of them really surprised or thrilled me. So the next few books I'm going to choose need to hit those categories. So I want to feel a personal connection to the characters, or I want to be thrilled, shocked, surprised. So I have 2 books that I think I want to read, and then I'll probably also pick a third one that I don't know yet. But the first one is Anxious People by Fredrik Bachmann. I know this is a tearjerker. I know it causes an emotional connection, an emotional reaction. It's about a bunch of people who get stuck in a bank hostage situation together, but I think it more so reflects on their past and their lives, and that's all I know. And then I want to read The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. Stephen King calls this a true nerve shredder that keeps its mind-blowing secrets to the very end. Which, if you've seen my video where I read a book that Stephen King called Scary Ghost Story, he exaggerates a bit in his blurbs. Everyone says this book, you can't even discuss what it is or what it's about, because it's not really about what it starts off as or something like that. I know there's a house, a missing girl, an older man who may be involved with the missing girl, and a cat. And you follow the 3 of their perspectives, including the cat's perspective. So this one is for my mind to be blown, for me to be thrilled, for me to be, impressed. And this one, I want to make me cry. And then my third pick will probably just be whatever audiobook I find that I can listen to at work. So let's get started. Right now I'm gonna actually go get ready for bed, and I don't know if I'll start reading anything tonight, but welcome to the vlog. Wait, I need my glasses. I can't tell if I'm focused because I can't see you right now. Wow, look at me. Look how fresh-faced I am. Well, guess what? I just took a cold shower, because if you watch my last vlog, you'll know my hot water heater was out, and then they fixed it. They said replaced element. But guess what? I went to take a shower and it was cold, but I had to take one anyways. When this happened a couple days ago, I ended up going to my boyfriend's house to take a shower, but I didn't want to leave, so I just took a cold shower, and it was sad. I have to go get blood work done just for my annual physical tomorrow morning, early. And also I forgot to tell my boss that I had to go get blood work done. So oops, these things are causing me anxiety, Padfoot. So now that I'm thoroughly disturbed and perturbed, let me go clean up and get ready for bed. You're probably gonna see many more times soon, but how cute is that? Okay, bye. Happy Thursday. It's 6 p.m. I'm home from work. I just took all the trash out of my car because I've been living like a rat for some reason, just tossing garbage on the floor for the past week or 2, which is very unlike me, but I cleaned it up, don't worry. I'm not sure how much of last night's rant I included in this vlog, but I'm sure I at least told you that my hot water heater is out again. So this morning I wrote a scathing email, and somebody called me from maintenance, and they said they're going to replace my hot water heater, which is good news. Bad news is they're replacing it tomorrow because it takes some time, obviously, to move things in and out, but also to drain the water heater. My hot water heater being off makes me want to commit a crime. I'm probably gonna shower. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm sure I'll tell you if I don't. Also, I'm very congested right now. So, last night I started reading The Last House on Needless Street, and it's very weird. Oh, I meant to see what page I was on, because I of course just closed the book. I'm maybe 20 pages in. I was falling asleep while I was reading it, and this is written in a very weird voice, weird writing style, but like in a kind of cool way. But when I fell asleep, like I was thinking in that voice, very creepy. But the first chapter follows a man named Ted. He's a guy who has a cat and a daughter, supposedly, and he lives in a house, and he's so weird, like so weird. And he goes outside. He has a bunch of bird feeders and stuff for birds to be in, and he goes outside, and there's a bunch of birds stuck on like sticky paper, like the sticky paper traps. Sorry, this is gross, warning. But they're dead, except for a handful of them are like dying on this sticky paper laying in the yard. So basically someone went out there and put sticky paper all over the bird feeders and places birds would land, and then when they touched it, they fell with the paper into the grass. So there's like a bunch of dead birds, and he's like cleaning up the live birds, and he tried to help them but he couldn't. So then he like puts them out of their misery. I'm like, ugh, that's dark. But then he was like listing who could it have been, and he was naming like the lady down the street with the chihuahua, this person, this neighbor, Ted, which is his own name. Like he put Ted on his list of suspects, and he said like, you never know. What? So obviously Ted is weird. And then the next chapter was following the cat, which was weird. And yeah, so far I can't say if I like it or not, but I'm very intrigued. And then today at work, I barely started Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik on audio. Normally I don't listen to audiobooks unless they are simple nonfiction or thrillers or contemporary, and I can't even listen to all of those because my listening comprehension, mind you, I only listen to audiobooks when I'm multitasking, so it needs to be something more simple and comprehensible for me to be able to listen and carry on with what I'm doing, because if I'm not doing anything, I would rather physically read, and my reading comprehension is high. My audio comprehension while multitasking, very low. So we'll see if I can comprehend this. I thought maybe I would be able to. I read Uprooted by Naomi Novik with my eyes, but I felt like it wasn't a complex story to follow. But then I saw on Goodreads that this has lots of perspectives. And also anytime I hear a word, name, city that I don't know what they're saying, like I need to see what that word looks like. So this is a maybe on the TBR. I'm not sure yet, but this one I'm definitely going to continue because I'm very intrigued. So I'm going to, should I shower? I'm scared. Okay, I'm going to shower. I'm going to make some dinner. And then I'm going to edit the video that I recorded yesterday. So good luck to me. Alexa, turn off the light. Hi. It's Sunday evening now, 5 p.m. and I haven't done any reading since Friday. Yesterday was not a very good day. I was home, but I was like mentally unwell, and I didn't want to bring you there. I didn't want to be there. And it was still lingering this morning, but then suddenly like a switch went off in my head, and I'm back to normal. Very weird. So now it's Sunday. My sister and mom and nephew were over. I made them lunch. We hung out for a bit, and I'm gonna get ready to go to my boyfriend's house soon, but I feel much better than I did yesterday. So I'm gonna read. I did get a lot of organizing done yesterday. I went through my closets and fixed some and got rid of some stuff. But yeah, I couldn't like read or edit or anything, so now I'm behind on my editing, but that's okay. I feel better now. I'm gonna start reading again this evening. And yeah, I got some seeds, some Monstera plant seeds on Friday, and they've been soaking in water, so I need to plant them. I have a little indoor greenhouse nursery thing that my boyfriend got me for my birthday, so I'm gonna plant those, pack my bag, and then head over to boyfriend's house. Oh, but I'm on page 100 of Spinning Silver. I haven't really talked to you about it yet, but I was loving it while I was reading it so far. I've tried the audio and the physical, both fantastic. It is set in a very wintry landscape. It's very much a fairy tale. We follow our main girl, Miriam, whose father was a moneylender in their little town, but he was terrible at it. He would never go back and collect. If he even tried to collect, he would let them just say, oh no, I don't have it. And he let his family just get so poor and on the brink of starvation, and her mom got sick. And so Miriam took her father's money lending book and went out and started collecting money herself. And so now they have lots and lots of money. They're well off, wealthy. But her parents don't love it, because even though, I mean, she saved her mom from dying, they don't like that she's become cold as a money lender. She doesn't seem cold to me, but maybe she is, I don't know. And then they have a woman working in their house named Wanda. We also follow her perspective. She is in a very abusive situation. Her dad drinks and beats her and her brothers. And so she is working at the house, partially to pay back her father's loan, but then she's also getting paid a little bit each day that she doesn't tell her father about, and she's just collecting it, saving it. And then there are some unknown type of people called the Stark. Miriam, who, you know, is now super wealthy, she's talked about how she can turn silver into gold, but she didn't mean literally. She meant she's making money. And I guess the Stark overheard and like tasked her with turning silver into gold for them. And the Stark are like the super scary people who have magic, who can kill you very easily, and everyone is afraid of. So she's like, I better figure out how to turn this silver into gold. And yeah, so far it's so good. It's so like such a dreamy fairy tale, so atmospheric and wintry, and I'm gonna keep reading it. Hello, it's now Monday. I don't know how many updates I'm gonna give you for Spinning Silver, but remember, this is also a life vlog right now. Okay, I'm on page 214. I read some today at the car wash on my lunch break, and then I've been listening to the audiobook a bit in the car. It's so good. It's such a fairy tale. Like, there's some magic going on that feels very fairy tale, like some magic jewelry, stepping through a mirror. It's so good. And now I think we have had maybe 4 different perspectives, and right now some perspectives that weren't together are overlapping, which I love when that happens. So much fun. This book revolves a lot around women not having rights, because it's, I have no idea what year it's supposed to be, but it's back in the day. Women have no rights, they're property. Fathers are, you know, trading their daughters for dowries, or I mean, maybe a pig, maybe a goat. But like, women just don't matter, no matter no matter like what family you come from or how much you're like prospering on your own. Like, women don't matter. So we've had multiple women get married off, and I didn't know how this book is gonna go because there's so much about like women not being able to control their own lives and stuff, but I wondered if like anyone was gonna fall in love with their husband or something, which still could happen. But like right now when people are plotting against their husbands, it's so good. Like the part I just stopped at, it's so good. But I went to Sam's Club and then I went and picked up groceries. And I also have some packages I was going to show you. So first off, we are almost halfway through December. It's December 13th right now, so it's pretty late to start an advent calendar. But this one was on sale, super sale, because it's December 13th. But I've felt so much like I'm missing out, which I don't even know what advent calendars mean or their purpose, but I love stuff. I love a variety of stuff, and I like getting a gift every day. So on December 13th, I have a new advent calendar, and I'm so excited. So let's open today. I will just, I guess, open extras throughout whenever, but this one is like snacks. It's a food one. So the 13th is here, and I have a Harry and David dark chocolate truffle, and I couldn't be more excited. Like this is December to me. I love advent calendars. And then, so yesterday I planted some seeds. So I had bought seeds a month ago for my little greenhouse, and they got lost in the mail. But guess what arrived today after a month of being lost in the mail? Seeds. This looks like drugs, but it's not, it's seeds. Okay, we have 2 bags of Monstera seeds, which are the same seeds I planted yesterday because I thought these were gone forever. I have some dragon tree, I don't know, and a ponytail palm. I think this one was supposed to have 10 seeds, and there's approximately 10,000. And this was supposed to be 10. This one looks like, yeah, more than 10 again. And 20 of these. So I don't even know if they'll all fit. And I don't know if they're damaged from being missing for a month, but we'll see. A box from Harney & Sons. I had recently bought so much Harney & Sons tea that I didn't need any more for quite some time, but one of my coworkers got me a gift card for my birthday, and they were also having a sale. And I also ran out of Tower of London loose leaf, which is currently my favorite besides Paris. So how about a 1-pound bag? Because I never buy this with my own money, but it was a gift card and a sale. So good deal. Free samples. Now I do need to do some laundry this evening, maybe clean up a bit, and I'm gonna make some pasta, and I have to wash my hair, and I have to repaint my nails. And main goal is to read my book and not watch other people reading, because that's my favorite. I've been obsessed with BookTube recently, and I'm in the middle of Booked and Busy's vlog that she posted today. So we'll see how much reading I get done instead of watching other people read. I also bought this sweater at Sam's Club. Did I show you that I wrapped all my presents? They're very messy because my nephew's playing with it and the cat's been stealing bulbs. Hi, Padfoot. I still have a couple coworker gifts that need to be wrapped, and something for my sister, and I still need to buy something for a coworker and maybe my brother-in-law. But I just took down, my hair's tucked away. I just went down. I had some stuff I was getting rid of that I just had sitting in the hallway for a day outside my door, which is a big no-no. So I took it down. And actually one thing was a plastic shelving thing, and my neighbor wanted it. So, and I'm so glad, because I was gonna like set it by the dumpster in case people wanted it, and somebody wanted it, so it doesn't feel wasteful. So I want to do like more house stuff, but I also need to edit a video, and it's already 7:40. So I should probably edit the video instead of messing around any further. Maybe I'll shower first. Okay, shower, then edit. Hello. I have not updated you in quite a few days because I was reading Spinning Silver for so long. But I loved it. 5 stars. I finished it the other day, and I'm so happy that I picked it up. Oh, that book is so good. Highly, highly recommend if a wintry fairy tale like story appeals to you. The women in this book, a couple of them get married off to men who they hate and they think are awful. And I don't know why. I was so ready for it to be like an enemies to lovers romance novel. Like whenever they got paired up with someone, they're like, oh, I hate this person. I really thought they were all gonna fall in love and like that would be a center focus of the plot. That's absolutely not it, and the relationships aren't even the focus. This book is so much about these women taking the very limited capabilities that they have because of the rights of women at the time, and them like saving their town, saving their family, saving themselves, and just being amazing people despite the circumstances that they've been put in. Our main character, Miriam, came from a super poor situation and improved it, but then like it got worse because then that attracted the Stark Lord, and so then she had to deal with that situation. So she improved the life of her family, but they still had problems with her because then she was cold. Then she ends up with the Stark Lord and like does stuff to help her town, but because she's Jewish, like they still have issues with her. Like it's so heartbreaking, the situations that they were put in, but just a beautiful story how they overcame and like how it all wrapped up. The plot was super interesting. I can't tell you too much about it because a lot of the action doesn't happen until later in the book, like the main conflicts and stuff, but it was so much fun to read. All the different perspectives were so interesting. Naomi Novik's choices of what perspective you're reading each scene from was so cool. Like there's one character, Stefan, who's a young boy who seems like he may have autism. He's very sensitive to loud sounds and things, and he's also very, very sheltered and uneducated, so his interpretation of things is also affected by that. And whenever there was a big action scene, she decided to put it from his point of view, which was just such an interesting decision and so cool. I know this book doesn't work for some people, but I would really recommend giving it a try. People think it's slow or boring at first, and I don't think so. Like it's such a world building, a character building, that I found the whole thing just riveting, and I was reading it so slowly because I wanted to absorb every single word. It was so good. I loved it so much, and it felt so wintry and cold. I loved it. So today's Saturday, by the way. I just got ready to film. We have a special guest in my apartment today. This is Hermione, my sister's dog, and the cats don't like her, which is weird because Rocky used to live with her. So I don't know why now he has an attitude, but it's been a torturous day. They're like, she's scared of them. The cats keep coming up because they want me to pet them, but she's like clinging to me for safety, and they keep coming up and just like hissing in her face. Or like they'll catch her eye across the room and just start hissing at her. It's so stupid and annoying. So it's been like a turf war all day. And also Why do people even have dogs? It's so annoying to like keep taking them out. Like I keep taking her on walks because like she can't really walk around the apartment and enjoy herself because there's a couple murderers on the loose. So I keep taking her on like long walks, and she's so little that I mean a 15-minute walk and she is worn out. And she also doesn't like the elevator, so I've been having her walk up 3 flights of stairs. So like, so we've just been like hanging, she's napping, and then we'll go on a long walk again. And then once she gets back up, another long walk. So I had to keep her for one more night. And it's been quite an adventure. But otherwise, I've literally been doing nothing today but watching TV, watching YouTube. But then I also started another book that I didn't want to finish before I even updated you on Spinning Silver or told you that I was reading it. So I didn't read all day. But now that I've told you about Spinning Silver, I'm going to go film a video. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to tell you about the other book that I'm like 75% of the way through reading. And then I can hopefully finish it tonight. So let's scratch The Last House on Needless Street off of this TBR for this vlog, because I started The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth and I'm obsessed. I love it so much. I started listening to the audiobook yesterday while I was at work, and then I just kept listening to it. I fell asleep listening to it in bed last night. So I've read The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth, and I did not love it. I think I gave it 3 stars, but that was one because Sally Hepworth, just like Leanne Moriarty, has been misrepresented as a thriller author. This book is not a thriller. The Mother-in-Law was not a thriller. But in The Mother-in-Law, like the mother-in-law was dead at the beginning, and then you're finding out like why, did somebody kill her, whatever. But it wasn't really a thriller. It was like a domestic drama, contemporary, whatever. And I hated the main character in it because she was so, like, she was just misunderstanding her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law was actually a fantastic human in my personal opinion. I loved her, but I hated the main character. So, The Good Sister, one, I went in without expecting a thriller, which is great because it's not. And I'm actually getting like rom-com vibes. So we followed 2 characters, Fern and Rose. They are fraternal twins. They're very different people. They grew up in a very horrible, toxic, abusive, awful situation with a single mother who was just unhinged and awful and evil to them. I don't enjoy those parts. But we're following Rose's journal entries, which are partially present day and partially like reflecting on her past and their childhood, the horrible things that have happened to them. But luckily those parts are short, even though they are awful. I mean, I'm being dramatic, I'm just sensitive, but they're awful. And present day, she's having some troubles with her husband, and she's obsessed with having a baby. She wants to have a baby so badly, but she can't, and she's having some marital troubles. And then we're following Fern, who is a precious angel. It seems like she's high functioning autistic, but that's not actually said, but like she is. And she works as a librarian. She's so funny and adorable and like such her own person, but you know, has some of the troubles that come with autism, like the social troubles and misunderstanding people and like not fitting in. And she gets very overwhelmed when she's overstimulated, too much sensory experience. But she meets a guy who walks into the library one day. He's wearing like a red and white striped hat, and she says he looks like Wally, or where's Wally, where's Waldo? And she just starts calling him Wally, and his name is actually Rocco, but she just calls him Wally. They start hanging out. They're so cute together, so freaking cute, and that's what makes it feel like a rom-com. So she's looking into her sister's issue with not being able to get pregnant, and she looks up and is like, oh well, a surrogate would be a good idea. Well, what's the easiest way to be a surrogate? Oh, for just someone to impregnate you. And she's like, how about I just get pregnant and I'll give the baby to my sister as a gift. And I won't even tell her my idea until I'm pregnant. She's like on Tinder. She wants to find a guy to impregnate her, not tell him, that's the plan. But she wants to find a guy and get pregnant and like give the baby to her sister, which is like so sweet and wonderful, but obviously not a well thought out plan. Not she doesn't really think through or realize the consequences that could have, but that's what she decides to do. And then she meets this guy Wally, who she's not really thinking about getting pregnant anymore. She's just like falling for him, and she, you know, has never experienced these feelings before. It's just so beautiful, so cute. But there are some darker things going on, especially from their past, but I'm sure some of that's going to come into the present soon. And like maybe her sister is not as wonderful as Fern thinks. I don't know, but it's definitely not a thriller. I think there will be like some darker thriller suspense things happening at the end, but that's not like the main thing. And it's just such a comforting book so far. Like the story between Fern and Wally, so cute. But look, like, why are we pretending it's a thriller when it's not? Now that I finally updated you about it, I can keep reading it and maybe finish it tonight. That's the plan. I'm thinking I'm gonna make dinner. Also, my apartment is very messy. This animal, I think he's doing that on purpose. But this, this animal conflict that's going on right now is very, very distracting and makes me just want to sit here, because every time I get up, all the pets get up. And every time all the pets get up, there's barking, there's hissing, there's so much drama. I just made some lo mein with ground beef, broccoli, and I'm gonna have a 9:30 p.m. dinner. I finished The Good Sister. As suspected, it did get like thriller vibes at the end, but it was pretty cute. I wish we could have been less distracted by the like thriller aspect. I don't want to tell you what it is, because you don't really find out for quite a ways. But yeah, I love Fern, our main character, so much. I really enjoyed it though. I love like a contemporary with that small you know, bad, darker element to it. It's almost 11 p.m. I'm gonna get ready for bed. I don't know, am I supposed to take the dog out again? I don't think I can. I'm scared to be outside in the dark, especially with that little pipsqueak, like she can't even protect me. Oh, let me update you on my plant situation. That is very bright, but I planted, over here we have the original Monstera Seeds. Then when the other pack came in, more Monstera, this other thing, I forget. But nothing's happening yet. I actually had this thing, it was much more humid inside, and like the whole thing was wet. And after a couple days I looked in and there was like a little mold, so I think it was too wet. So then I let it breathe a bit, dry up a little. Like you could still see the lines where I had poured water in the soil, so I let that dry up a little. Now it is like, you can, now there is moisture accumulating, but I think it's a more appropriate amount. I don't know, I need to watch more videos, read more articles, because I don't really know what I'm doing. But nothing has sprouted yet. I also have 2 plastic containers by the window of just like leftover seeds, because I had too many seeds for this. And also multiple of them have like 2 or 3 seeds in each square, so I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully something will start growing. And now I am going to start Anxious People tonight, because I want to feel something in my soul. And actually The Good Sister, I did feel some stuff, which was nice, but I want to feel some more. I am currently reading Anxious People by Fredrik Bachmann, and I love it so much. Like, the way it's written is so silly and playful and fun, and the characters are like quirky, weird, full of personality, but then it's also sad and touching and precious. Like, every character we've met so far is lovable, kind of. And so far this story is so much about like people just trying to do their best in life, and like that doesn't always work out. So it's vaguely about a bank robbery, but the bank robber tried to rob a cashless bank and then runs into an open house in an apartment across the street and takes a group of people hostage, but like barely. He's so friendly, he's so gentle. And we're learning about why the bank robber tried to rob a bank. And we're learning about all the people who were in the hostage situation, and we're learning about the police who are investigating. And everyone just has a story and a history that is touching in different ways. But I was at the office today listening to this while I was working. It has a great audiobook. And this one part, it's not even sad, it's just touching and precious, like a beautiful glimpse at someone's humanity. And like, I started crying a little. So I had to stop. So I'm just sitting there like dabbing my eyes. Although first I rewound it and listened to that part again, and then like just sat there drying my tears, and then had to stop listening to it so I could you know, not cry at my desk. But it's so good and so sweet. I'm 55% of the way through, and I love it so much. I think I'm going to read the rest of it with my eyeballs though, just so I can absorb everything, but also so I can mark parts that I love, parts that I want to come back to, parts that I want to share with people. I want to cry just thinking about it. It's so good. I have a lot of tasks that I want to get done this evening or tomorrow. I need to wrap some gifts, edit a video, clean my apartment. I actually made a whole to-do list for myself. But I did just get my COVID booster and the flu shot, one in each arm, about 2 hours ago. So there's a chance that I'm not going to feel well soon. So if that happens, like, I'll just take it easy. But if it doesn't happen, or until it does happen, I want to kind of be productive. But then also I'm like having a lot of anxiety today, so I'm just trying to like calm down, enjoy my evening, be productive, but also have fun. Like, I'm watching Aaron from Booked and Busy did reading sprints today with with Books and Lala and Mina Reads, and I'm just fast forwarding through the reading sprints and like watching when they chat while I'm doing other stuff. So that's been fun. I'm in love with Anxious People, and I know I'm just gonna cry my eyes out at some point because it keeps like touching me in the soul. And remember when I picked out books, like I wanted that reaction, and it's exactly like, this is exactly what I was looking for. So let's carry on.
It wasn't until their third session that the psychologist realized how unwell Zara was. It was just after Zara had explained that democracy as a system is doomed, because idiots will believe anything as long as the story's good enough. The psychologist did her best to ignore that and asked Zara instead about her childhood and work, wondering repeatedly how Zara feels. How do you feel when that happens? How does talking about this make you feel? How do you feel when you think about how you feel? Does that feel difficult? So in the end, Zara did feel something. They had been talking about something else for a long while, and suddenly Zara seemed to be looking deep inside her, and when she spoke, she whispered the words as if her voice were no longer her own. I've got cancer. The silence in the room was so extreme that you could hear both women's heartbeats. The fingers falling flat on the notepad, the breathing that grew shallower, lungs filled no more than a third with each breath, terrified of making a noise. I'm truly very sorry indeed to hear that, the psychologist eventually said, her voice trembling, and with carefully practiced dignity. I'm sorry too. Depressed, actually, Zara said and wiped her eyes. What sort of cancer? The psychologist asked. Does it matter? Zara whispered. No, of course not. I'm sorry. That was insensitive of me. Zara looked out of the window, not really seeing anything, for so long that the light outside seemed to have time to change, from morning to midday. Then she raised her chin slightly and said, You don't have to apologize. It's made up cancer. Sorry? I haven't got cancer. I was lying. But that's what I was saying. Democracy doesn't work.
Hi. I'm nearby, but I don't feel like you looking at me right now. So yesterday, I ended up getting sick. As in VOMIT. But I think that was from me coughing so hard. I had a cold 2 weeks ago, and the cough has just been lingering forevermore, so I think it was from coughing too hard. Who really knows? I slept a lot, and then today I've just been dragging around. I keep feeling better, then worse, and better. I'm not horribly suffering. I just don't feel great. My skin hurts. I'm tired but not sleeping. And I don't like that I'm wasting my day because, you know, days off are rare, and it's a day off that's not a holiday, which is extra exciting. But I decided to get boosted and flu shot, so those are the consequences, but that's okay. I guess it will be worth it if I'm ever affronted with the COVID. So I am currently on page 302 of Anxious People. There are 340 pages, so less than 40 pages left. It's very good, but nothing as emotional as I experienced before. Like nothing's choked me up at all, which I honestly wanted to finish this book today because I was like, oh, I'm home alone, I can cry, but that's okay. It's not happening. So maybe it'll happen by the end. I am still loving it. I'm so connected to the characters. I love them so much and want to meet them all in real life. But I'm gonna keep on reading, make something super simple for dinner, and keep drinking my ginger ale in a Christmas cup. Hello. I finished Anxious People. It's Christmas Eve today. Just the last 10 pages, all I had left. I was really saving it for a time when, well, my boyfriend came over last night, so I saved it for today because I thought I'd be a puddle of tears, a blubbering mess, just a weepy baby. But guess what? Last 10 pages didn't really do anything for me. I remember when I was at work the other day, watering eyes. I loved like the first half of the book, but nothing has like emotionally touched me really since like halfway through the book. And unfortunately, it just turned out to be good, not great, not amazing like I was hoping. I wanted it to be amazing so badly, but I mean, it was good enough. It was good. I am annoyed though because I wanted to love it. So let's wrap up, shall we? I read Anxious People. I guess I put it right here. Spinning Silver. And The Good Sister. Wow, I did not prepare for this clip at all. The Good Sister. All good. Spinning Silver, 5 stars. Good Sister and Anxious People, like 4 stars, I guess. But like 3.5 for Anxious People. I don't know. They're all good books, but I'm just not in love or obsessed. So, Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching, and now I'm gonna go start my next vlog in which I'm gonna have to read, I think, 4 more books in order to hit my Goodreads goal of 75. So make sure you watch that. Go watch the last vlog if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.